Hello, and welcome to another edition of our weekly unboxing. Pretty successful week last week. We're 10 of 12 heroic now. I did quite a few keys. I think last week we cleared some 12s on time, a 13 on time, and I didn't get to do the 14, which I heard was quite fun, but let's get logged in and check it out. So basically I have Twilight Devastation pants, and I have Infinite Stars pants. So the Infinite Stars pants is better for single target, and then the Twilight Devastation is way better for AoE. So oops, I guess I was doing some banking. I'm at the bank. I did end up let's take a look here. I did end up cleansing my weapon because it was the only 460 weapon I had. So I'm sitting at about 30 corruption. So this is my like single target spec, so up to, I don't know, 461. With this spec I'm using Infinite Stars with 50 corruption. I have a ring that increases damage and healing by critical strikes by 2%, and bracers that increase the damage and healing by 3% with critical strikes. So it means that my crits are way better, and kind of go from there. I need another 460 weapon to get rid of this 430. So the Dream's End from Eternal Palace basically gives you a auto attack buff. It increases your attack speed for auto attacks, but a higher item level weapon would easily get rid of that. Yeah, so I'm hoping that when I do the cape upgrade this week that we'll actually get more corruption resistance, so then I can handle another light, like another 10 corruption, like my ring has 10 corruption. And I hope the weapon I get has like just some minor corruption, nothing crazy, or something really big that I have to completely redo all of my thought process. But yeah, mostly weapons. So it'll be a 470 for the 13s that we did. So let's see what we get. Really hoping for a weapon. It'd be the biggest increase I can get right now. So ring. 35 corruption. So this might not be a bad tanking ring. Versatility and mastery, 35 corruption. Taking damage has a chance to increase your versatility by 801 for 20 seconds. So that's just kind of a tanking corruption. The problem is in my tank spec right now I'm using the raid weapon, Skajul Vaz, I guess how you pronounce it, which gives me obsidian skin, increasing my armor by 5%. And then while in combat, the obsidian destruction explodes every 30 seconds, dealing shadow damage equal to 700% of your armor to all enemies within 20 yards from you. So it actually ends up being one of my higher damage things when I'm tanking, and it gives me extra armor, so really good there. And let me actually put out my tank stuff. I've been tanking a lot of dungeons that we end up doing. So I don't like to have corruption really when I'm tanking, just because the eye is just kind of obnoxious to deal with, but I could handle a little more. A 35 is going to be too much because that'll put me right at 40. I could handle up to 39, and I am wearing this other ring, which increases the healing I do by 2%, so which I think is important because I do a lot of self-healing with my death strikes and stuff like that. But I don't know, I have to run sims. I do not like these stats at all. Versatility and mastery, it's a pretty, that's just like, I bet Stan would really love this trinket. It does a lot of things that a bear tank would like, but I'm not so much a fan. I like haste a lot, I like crit a lot, so Yeah, whatever. His key is a 12 Waycrest Manor. That's supposed to not be too bad of a key to run this week. So Fortified, Bursting, Volcanic, and Awakened. And we're actually pretty good at Waycrest in general. The Bursting with the dog packs might be a little tricky, but no bolstering and no explosives. So it'd be a good change of pace. And Volcanic is basically a nothing thing. If you get hit by volcanoes, like, you're just a potato. That's all there is to it. So, but anyway, so I'll do some sims. I don't think I'm even going to try to wear this for my DPS spec. All the rings I have basically have gem slots for DPS. So I use this 470 ring. I'm pointing at the screen. You can't see that with a gem slot. And then I tend to use a 430 ring with a gem slot just because the extra crit makes a big difference. So let's keep moving down the list. I did do a little key on my warrior, so we'll check that real quick. I've actually not done much research on him as far as simulations and stuff like that. I honestly didn't have time to get into it too much, but the biggest upgrade that I want right now is a weapon, so hopefully we'll get a nice two-hander. And Briny Barnacle. So I do have like a lower trinket of 4 or 15 trinket, but it's a razor coral, which always tests pretty well for DPS. It's something. Let's see. Nope, not enough focus life anime to upgrade my laser beam yet. I guess that's what you get for doing baby keys all the time. But let's see, how much Residium does he have? Not very much is the answer to that question. So eventually I have to push some better keys with him. I wasn't gonna run him at all last week, but we ended up Dan decided to get his Paladin going, so I ran with him with his Paladin to try to get him a shield. So but the key, and it's a 4 temple, so nothing too crazy there. All right, the Demon Hunter. I mean, weapons are honestly the big, no matter what, like a more weapon damage is going to be more damage for you. Oops, I guess I was in Mechagon. Oh yeah, he does alchemy, so I was hoping to finally get the rank 3 Unbridled Fury potions because they're getting expensive. But yeah. All right. Yeah, his corruption's pretty high, sitting at I'm only sitting at 30 right now. Oh, that's because I'm in I lower my corruption for Mythic Plus. Just because I don't want to deal with a big ass circle and a like a mob chasing me, the thing from beyond. So a good like 460 weapon would be excellent. Gloves. Void Ritual. Let's see, 465 gloves. 35 corruption. I do have 60 corruption. So I have Echoing Void on my gloves right now. So this probably isn't going to be any better. Maybe I would use it for maybe trade out of Echoing Void to use a better weapon. Because I have a lower Echoing Void on a weapon. I'd have to do some sims, of course, but where is it? Oh, yeah. So, yeah, this has like a lower Echoing Void, which I know that they nerfed, so maybe having a Void Ritual and an Echoing Void would be better than a big Echoing Void for dungeon spec. And for raid spec, I mean, I'm using both Echoing Voids for raid spec right now, just because I can handle more corruption. So, we'll see. His key is a 9 freehold, which is also easy this week, but it's only a 9 anyway, so probably could 2-chest that pretty easily. Yeah. How much Residium does he have? 4,000. So next week I'll be able to get another piece, like well, my first 470 piece Ended up buying some 460s on him just because I had some 430s. But all right, those be the keys. Hopefully I'll get a weapon someday. I've run so many keys on my Death Knight just trying to get a good like one-handed weapon, and I've gotten none so far. So that's working out for me. Push through, you know, a couple of Mechagon keys. We ran one junkyard last night, which was gonna be our 14 key, but it got burned down to 13 key, and we completed it. We didn't complete it on time. We had some mess ups, but a ring for Mechagon would be really nice too. But anyway, I digressed. Those are the keys. Those are the loots. It's a new week, so we'll get back at it. Try again. Someday you get weapons, and then you do more DPS. But other than that, thanks for hanging out, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.